Ladies and gentlemen, dear Africans, wherever you are around the world, the situation is very serious, and we must not remain idle. What Vladimir Putin has just done for President Ibrahim Traoré, for Comrade President Ibrahim Traoré, is a historic honor. It's phenomenal. It's incredible. It's incredible. For now, it's unprecedented. Yes, President Putin has just elevated Comrade President Ibrahim Traoré to a very high level. So high that it greatly bothers the Westerners, because, in fact, this gesture by Vladimir Putin is a response to the Westerners. In particular, we know what has happened recently against Ibrahim Traoré. I consider this as a form of support from Putin to Ibrahim Traoré. But beyond even support, it's an unparalleled recognition. We know that Vladimir Putin likes Ibrahim Traoré. He likes him for his patriotic commitment. He said that he is a man who wants the success of Africa. They want a sovereign Africa. And Putin knows what he wants. Committed, courageous men. So, what Putin has done for Ibrahim Traoré, he hasn't done for any other head of state so far. Not even for his best friend Xi Jinping. No, he hasn't done it. No, not at all. So, first, I ask you to share this video conference as much as possible. Share it, because what NATO media are saying, when we address it, you yourself will be disappointed. And so, this historic gesture, we need to display it to the world. We need to expose it. And our only way to expose it is to share. Yes. So, what has Vladimir Putin done? Let's dive deep, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing to say is what? It's that President Ibrahim Traoré, we know he has his presidential plane. But Vladimir Putin moved a presidential plane, meaning one of the planes from his presidential fleet, as he has several highly secured planes. He sent it to Burkina Faso to fetch the Burkinabe president, Comrade President Ibrahim Traoré. We haven't seen that yet. He sent his plane, which is normally reserved for Vladimir Putin to travel. One of these presidential fleets. That's not given to just anyone. Ibrahim Traoré, he is the transitional president. At the very least, it's the transition that is underway. There hasn't been an election yet, but the way he was received, even elected heads of state haven't been welcomed like that, haven't received such an honor. No, not at all. The plane was dispatched. The plane went to Burkina Faso to fetch Ibrahim Traoré and his entire delegation. His entire delegation. Yes. They put all the amenities in place so that he would be comfortable, at ease, and in complete security. Because obviously, to Vladimir Putin, Comrade President Ibrahim Traoré is very dear. It is crucial that during his travels, nothing, no matter how minor, happens to him, as the Westerners are ready to bring him down. At every turn, they are ready to bring him down. This already stirs jealousy among other African heads of state who have not been honored in such a way, who have not been elevated in such a manner. Today, the honor Ibrahim Traoré has received is more than that of an elected head of state. He hasn't even held an election yet to be elected president. When he is elected president, what will we witness? So first, he sends his plane. The plane arrived. Secondly, it's a special delegation composed of the most trusted and closest men to Vladimir Putin, who went to the airport to welcome Ibrahim Traoré. I tell you, this is out of the ordinary. Share this video conference with me. It's the headline of global news. Yes, it's the headline of the news. A special delegation of the men closest to Vladimir Putin came. These are not the representatives, of Burkinabe diplomacy, of Russian diplomacy, who came to welcome him. No, it is a presidential delegation. What Putin did not do for other presidents, well, maybe, except Xi Jinping. And as soon as he was welcomed, he was placed in the special presidential convoy to be taken directly to meet with Vladimir Putin, while others, like Xi Jinping, it's today that he met him. So, what justifies this significant importance of Ibrahim Traoré in the eyes of Vladimir Putin? But the answer is simple. It's because the path on which Ibrahim Traoré is a clean path. It's a clear path. Ibrahim Traoré is the embodiment of Pan-Africanism today, along with his peers, Assimigoita and Tchiani. So, Ibrahim Traoré, recently, General Langley, an American who is the chief, who used derogatory remarks to discredit Ibrahim Traoré. We all stood up. The whole world talked about it. Until Western media, RFI started to complain. Vladimir Putin also has his role to play. He welcomed him more than a head of state. And now, Western media are saying that Vladimir Putin supports a dictator. That is to say, the French media claim he supports a dictator. We saw just yesterday, Macron received a terror leader. Do you see how these people organize themselves? President Ibrahim Traoré is not a dictator. And Vladimir Putin, he is at ease. He has just avenged us. That is why Western media will not speak well of the welcome that was given to our champion. We will talk about it here on our platform and share as much as possible so that their circulating information can be challenged by us, because they are not telling the truth. They make people believe something else. Today, Africa has awakened. We have some who are ahead of us, leaders who are taking essential steps. This is what Burkina is doing, and Russia acknowledges this. That is why the honor given to Comrade President Ibrahim Traoré touches us deeply. Dear friends, we have won at this level. Yes, it's yet another victory. While waiting to see what will come out of their mouths, while waiting to see the speech that Ibrahim Traoré will deliver, well, we'll see. While waiting to see what the contracts they will sign, because Ibrahim Traoré is not going to Moscow to come back empty-handed. When he went for the first time, he returned with agreements: construction of nuclear power plants, training of Burkinabe soldiers. What is the result? Several terrorists have started to flee. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the headline of global news. Thank you for sharing it. This time, I'm not asking for a specific number, but just make sure that everyone shares it in the group. I'll get back to you shortly with more news. This was the voice of your one and only samurai.